Hello again. Welcome to this new installment of the Wrestling Analyst. Today I will talk about a problem WWE has right now. 11 titles, one problem, and why WWE's weekly programs, Raw and SmackDown, are the solution. So here we go. Okay, so WWE right now has a total of 11 titles. So here is the rundown. For Raw, right now we have Seth Rollins as the um, World Heavyweight Champion. We have the newly crowned Stephanie Vaquer as the Women's World Champion. We have Dominic Mysterio as the Intercontinental Champion. We have Becky Lynch as the Women's Intercontinental Champion. And we have the World Tag Team Championship currently held by Finn Balor and JD McDonough. So that's the Raw champions right now. Going to SmackDown, we have Cody Rhodes as the WWE Undisputed Champion. We have Tiffany Stratton as the Women's World Champion. We got Sami Zayn as the US Champion and Julia, his counterpart in the women's division. And we have the Wyatt Six as the WWE Tag Team Champions. Add to that a title that can be defended on both Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, which is the Women's Tag Team Championship, currently held by Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. So that gives us a total of 11 titles. You can't have 11 title matches all cramped up in one PLE, 1 3 hour PLE. And especially now that the PLEs last 3 hours, but they're about 5 6 matches, not 8 or 9 that like they used to be a couple of years ago. So you can't have too many title matches without sacrificing quality. So you can't have every title defended at every PLE. Plain and simple. Now, premium live events should be reserved for world title defenses, like the World Heavyweight Championship, the Women's World Championship, WWE Undisputed, and the Women's World Championship, and occasionally the different tag team championships uh, of the two brands and the Women's Tag Team Championship. The other the other use for PLEs is to settle once and for all some big feuds to advance to finish storylines and to advance characters. Like an example from WrestlePalooza was the match between Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee and CM Punk. The feud is not settled, but it was a worthy match for a PLE because of AJ Lee's return and all the stories around CM Punk and Seth Rollins, as well as the Usos versus the two Brawns. So those matches belong on the PLE because you can't have all title matches on the PLEs either. So what's the solution for the Intercontinental titles and the United States titles? because if you have too many matches in the PLEs, the mid card titles will be lost in the shuffle, and those titles right now are getting lost. Some of them are getting lost, like the United States, the women's United States title. Julia is the champion, but she's not defending the title often, and her storyline is like getting lost right now. So here's my solution: mid card titles. So both United States titles on SmackDown and both Intercontinental title on Raw should exclusively or almost exclusively be defended and uh, fought for on the weekly programs. They should main event the weekly programs of Raw and SmackDown. So when we can give examples of that. When you had AJ Styles versus Dominic for the Intercontinental title a couple of weeks ago, it gave us a good match, and it puts the spotlight on Dominic, which is when on PLEs it would not be on him. It would be on Cody. It would be on Seth, but not really on Dominic. Same thing with Becky Lynch when she defended the title against Natalia a couple of months ago. Raw and SmackDown could benefit from having those titles defended on their programs. Same thing on SmackDown with Sami Zayn now reviving the United States Open Challenge. Good. But they need to bring Julia more involved in SmackDown defending her title. And why not having at least one Raw and one SmackDown per month, having the main event with a title defense at least once a month? It's not too much to ask. One time with the men's, one time with the women, and build storylines towards this title match. So why am I saying that WWE's weekly shows are the solution for those titles, the Intercontinental and US titles? Well, if you know that a title could change hands on one night, are you going to watch the show? My answer is probably yes. Just remember some during the Monday Night Wars when Eric Bischoff, uh, thinking that the people wouldn't tune in to WWE, and he announced right on Nitro that Mick Foley was winning the world title that night against The Rock, if I remember right, that the ratings for Nitro that night went way down because everyone tuned in to Raw to watch Mick Foley win the title. So if there's a possibility of having a title match, a significant title match on Raw and SmackDown at least twice a month, I think the ratings would be going up. I think that would make Raw and SmackDown must watch again. It's that simple. Anyway, that's what I think. So let's say we have a build up for 2 3 weeks. Let's say the first week of the month, the men's Intercontinental title is defended on Raw. So right now it's Dominic. So if you watch the last one of the last videos I made about Finn Balor's babyface turn, that's probably coming, seeing the events that we saw last night on Raw. Uh, well, we're just to give you a timestamp right now. We are September 23rd, so it's 3 days after WrestlePalooza. So if you watch that video I made with Finn Balor's future face turn that I think is coming, and you build up a title match on Raw between Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, let's say, for the first uh, Monday of the month, just like that. Would you tune in? I think so. Same thing with the ladies intercontinental title. You make a significant storyline around Becky Lynch and maybe her next challenger, which I think is going to be AJ Lee. And the third Monday of the month, Becky Lynch defends her title against challenger XYZ, and probably ratings for that match would be going up. And those title matches should be the main event of the week. So that leaves 2 or 3 weeks that you can book any other match as the main event, like last night with the storyline, the Asuka's heel turn, confirmed heel turn on Neo, could be one of the main event of the month. And you can always change the date, the week of the title defenses. But at least once a month, both mid card titles should be defended on Raw and SmackDown, respectively. So, in conclusion, PLEs, let the world titles be defended there. The tag team titles can go on the PLEs occasionally. And sometimes the main event of the Raw and SmackDown could be also the tag team championship. So the PLEs could be for the world title matches, occasionally the tag team titles, occasionally the intercontinental and US titles as well. Occasionally, not every time, not every PLE. It's impossible. And let the blood feuds be settled on PLEs to build up characters, to build up future contenders for for those 4 titles, the 4 mid card titles, and build up rivalries back then, and settle feuds on PLEs with specialty matches, stipulation matches, and let the mid card titles thrive on Raw and SmackDown. So if you agree that the WWE mid card titles deserve more love on weekly TV, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Maybe your dream mid card feud, and make let's make Raw and SmackDown must watch again. So in my next video, I'm still looking at what I'm doing. I might talk about Asuka's heel turn that happened last night. I was preparing something for her future heel turn, but WWE went a little faster than I thought. So I'll see where this is going. But I really loved what they did with Asuka last night and that heel turn. So until next time, hope you like this video. And like I said, leave a comment, leave a like, and tell me what you think. If you have any questions, send me an email. It's going to be my pleasure to answer you. Until next time, have a great day.